Well, we're live. This is Mark and Pete live. I'm Pete. He's Mark. So, Mark, what have you seen out in the business arena? Anything to bring to us?
Oh, yes. Well, I think on this particular case, it's all about having your cake and eating it.
Okay.
Well, what do I mean? Well, I don't know whether
mean?
anybody's possibly even partaken in a caterpillar cake. So it transpires that Marks and Spencers have just had enough. Crumbs, right. What's the world coming to? Yes, it has begun a legal action, apparently, against Aldi, the German retail store. And this is because they claim that they are saying that the supermarket has infringed its trademark. So Cuthbert the Caterpillar cake infringes its Colin the Caterpillar trademark. Now, just to put things into perspective, folks, and I'm sure you're all munching away on either a Colin or a Cuthbert at this moment in time.
Very tasty. I am. Yeah.
Very tasty. But apparently the product was launched, this is by Marks and Spencers, around 30 years ago. Colin's appearance has been substantially unchanged since around 2004, except for a few adaptations of Halloween and Christmas. Now, what they're saying here is that the cakes are so similar, both in look and feel, and even name, that it's time to take people to court. So I must say, though, Clergyman Pete, I know that you have actually indulged in an Aldi version.
Yeah, the Aldi version, I believe, is Cuthbert. Cuthbert the Caterpillar.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I help run, for my sins, a social supermarket. And in many parts of Britain, people will be familiar with them. But basically what they are is sort of a volunteer-run supermarket, which takes short-dated or just out-of-date products and gives them away for a donation. So usually people will give a small donation. Not selling them, but giving them away for a donation. Slightly different, because then you can sell them short-dated. And from Aldi, we get quite a lot of stuff given to us.
Yes.
So they give it for free, remember. And these cakes... Well, occasionally we get them. So although they're popular, if they don't get eaten up by the sell by date, then they get eaten. And I've eaten one of those, and yet it's just the Aldi version, very tasty. So I could see that the quality of the product is fine. I suppose the question is just whether they've infringed copyright. Would it be copyright? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, it's trademark. This
Trademark,
is the key.
Okay,
yes, it's slightly different because it's a branding issue. But I can see why Marks and Spencers has another reason for taking this further.
Right.
It's not just about the dollars that are made from the product itself and somebody else apparently just simply copying it. Colin, yes, the cake itself, is central to Marks and Spencers' partnership with cancer charity firm Macmillan. And the retailer has created a Colin product for the annual world's biggest coffee morning fundraising event. So the point here is it's not just about the commercial side, it's the charity side. Now, what I will say here is it doesn't end there, because here's the irony. And I know that many of our consumers will probably be thinking, hold on, there are many other cake caterpillars. So Waitrose has a Cecil.
Yeah, yes.
With Sainsbury's has a Wiggles.
Yes.
Tesco's has a Curly. And Asda's has Clyde the Caterpillar. Now, there is a bit of history here because people, unfortunately, have tried to take people to court on trademark. So, for example, in 2018, Nestle lost its battle to trademark the four-fingered shape of Kit Kat, and that's not easy to say. You've been drinking.
No, not with your Irish false teeth in.
No, which it had been trying to do for more than a decade. Toblerone shape, which is very distinctive, as you know, that triangular shape, was registered in 1998, but in 2017 it faced a dispute with Poundland, which designed a version with 2 rows of triangular bumps, and that was settled out of court. And there are many others.
So where would your bet go on this then?
Well, here's my thought, and I thought
who's going to be the winner? Yeah,
well, I this is my thought here. So I've looked at these, and I will say that Colin and unfortunately the Cuthbert, they are very, very similar in terms of look, feel. Now, taste, I will leave that to you for the consumer.
Well, I haven't tried a Colin. Maybe I will before next week when we next live stream.
Yes, but here's my take from a business point of view, and I can only but say this in the best way in a poem. Of course, obviously, just to make you
Yes.
sort of.
Well, before we give the poem, let me remind people that we do have a weekly podcast as well,
Yes.
which goes out where you get all where you normally get your podcasts. You'll find us, the Mark and Pete Show. It also goes out on Flame Radio 1521 medium wave in the northwest of England, so you can listen to our regular show where there's always a poem from Mark and usually some Bible verses from me. But anyway, yes, the poem.
Yes,
about
well, I think
the
Marks and
caterpillars.
Spencers are probably sort of getting their cake stuck in their craw here, and I
Very
have
likely, yes. They're very
completely
upset about it.
complete sympathy with them. And so here's my advice.
Yeah.
It's all about trying to gain the icing on the cake. When competitors make a fake, it can seem like they're taking the cake. Some may try to risk it, and then even take the biscuit. When there's no one left to trust, they may deny you an honest crust. If they sponge off every treat, then revenge can be terribly sweet. So take all their dough and let them fry, and let the courts make them eat humble pie. So there you go.
Yes,
Go
I
for it, Marks and Spencers.
Yeah, so that's the take from businessman Mark, and it does seem that there has been an infringement there because you can make cakes in any size to be so similar, and even in name, to the original. The original being Colin the Caterpillar. That just seems to be taking the biscuit. Is that the right phrase? Of course, in Britain, there is that famous book. Eric Carle, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I used to be a children's librarian, children's library assistant back in the day. I would often read out stories to the kids, and this was one of the favourite books. It has been since 1969 when it was published. So there is this idea of this caterpillar, of the caterpillar being something fun, something that children love. So you could see why you would make a cake of it.
My point there would be there's nothing better than digesting a good story.
Yes, thank you. And on that note, I guess that's all we've got going for the live stream this week. Come back to this channel next week. Don't forget to share and like this video. If you want to inflict it on other people, you can send it by email, you can send it by social media, any which way you like. And do comment. We love to hear from you. But I guess that's all from us here this week. So it's goodbye from me.
Slice of humble pie?
Oh, thank you. That's delicious. Bye, everyone.